Sweet.
Hey there, Absolutely Gospel fans. We are here today with the three Heath Brothers. As you can see, I'm celebrating their new release. They are promoting it as well with their shirts. So, hey guys, how are you guys doing today?
Hey, we're doing
good.
awesome. We're doing so good. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. We finally got you guys here. This is our third attempt.
Yes.
We're glad to finally interview you guys. So first of all, for those who aren't familiar with the three Heath Brothers, why don't you guys explain a little bit about your group, who you are, where you came from, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we're the three Heath Brothers. We are all three brothers, and we have been singing since like before we were in kindergarten.
We were in diapers.
Yeah, we were in diapers. Our mom taught us to sing. And she taught us to sing not necessarily so we would travel around and be a group, but so we would learn the words to the songs and they would stick in our heads when we were older, and going through trials in our lives. And then since then, we started singing at churches and then singing at different events, and God has opened so many doors. And a few years ago, we signed a record deal with Horizon Records. And now all kinds of things have happened. We just signed with a booking agency, and we travel all across the country. We do a lot of high schools, like public schools. We've sang to over 50 public schools to over 20,000 public school students. So we are just all about ministry, and we want people to know that it's not about us, it's all about Jesus. So that's what we do.
That's awesome. So can you spill the beans on your booking agent, or is that for later?
Yes. So we have not announced it yet, but it is coming out in the next few weeks. It is Dominion Agency.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And
okay.
We're signing an exclusive agreement with them. So yes.
Awesome. One of the best in the business. We of course known Michael Davis for years, and you're in good hands there. So excellent.
He's a really good guy.
Yep. So of course we're here to talk about the new album. Of course, I've got it up behind me. You guys are promoting it here. And it's great. First of all, the album cover is awesome, and it's so much fun. I think it reflects your guys' personality a lot. Tell us a little bit about the new album, of course, produced by Roger Talley, and who always has his finger on the pulse of kind of the future of things. And so tell us a little bit about the record.
So you mentioned the design. The entire design, Clayton actually designed this time. So he did all of the Photoshop and all of the layout and graphics design, all that. So that was really cool. This was an album that we've kind of been, putting our foot in the water, like, getting used to traveling and singing. And this was our first album to, I think, really take ownership. We wrote a lot of the songs, so that was a new experience for us. And then it was a lot more of our heart, and we took a lot more time because of COVID and everything. We took a break, and we took a lot more time choosing these songs and just making sure that they would span a lot of different audiences. We sing to kids, we sing to older people, middle-aged people, and so we wanted to make sure that these messages would be messages, especially in the lyrics, that whether you're 7 or 17 or 70, that you could understand the songs. And one of the songs we actually just released a music video for, and it's the title cut. It's called Into the Deep. And I wrote that actually with Kenna West and Jason Cox. And we decided to do a music video for that underwater. And we went to Puerto Rico and we did this whole thing. It was the scariest thing we've ever done.
By far.
But you can check that out on YouTube. But really, it's a song about going deeper with God. And we thought, what better way to talk about going deeper with God than, that word picture of diving deep into the ocean. So, but we have one of the most important songs on there for us is a song called It's Not About Us. Mm-hmm. And we've been looking for a song kind of like this for a few years now, because we want people to know that we're doing all kinds of things. We're actually singing at SeaWorld in November. So that's a really cool opportunity. We were just at the Ark Encounter for 3 days. And no matter where we are, we want people to know that we are not doing this just to make a name for ourselves. We aren't here to make ourselves famous. We're here to make a name for Jesus. And really, that is our heartbeat. Our heartbeat has always been ministry. We really want to reach out to young kids and teenagers and kids our age, but also the older generation. We really want to encourage them with our music. And so that was basically the whole goal of the album. And so we worked really hard on this one, and we've
been wanting to do this for, I think, several years, but we've been waiting for the right moment. when to do it, and I feel like now is the time, and I'm so glad it's all coming out now. So.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you guys have always kind of been more on the progressive side, of course, being younger. But I feel like this record in particular kind of takes another step forward. Of course, you know, like I said, Roger Talley, Talley Trio was always at the forefront of progressive in our genre. So what was it like working with Roger?
It was really cool. Roger Talley has always been a dream to work with. He actually found us for the first time, like before we had a record deal or anything like that, and started working with us. So he's been with us from the beginning, and it's been really cool because from the beginning, I've kind of messed around with different, you know, producing and programming and different things like that. And for this album, he really let me try out a lot of things. And so a lot of the tracks were, you know, completely done on a keyboard and a computer, and so that was a really cool learning experience for me. But
yeah, I think that's one of our favorite parts, is that this album is something that, like, half the songs, I'm not a songwriter, but Nicholas and Christian, they wrote like half the songs on there, and Nicholas did a lot of like the programming and all like the background music and all that kind of stuff. And Roger, that's what we love so much about Robert, is he's really helped guide us into a direction.
So he would say, you know, I would have a background track for a certain song, and he would say, that's really cool, what if you change this about it, and then what if we brought in a real, like, an electric guitar, acoustic guitar. And then for some songs, we actually had his help, and then we actually brought in Trey Ivy as well for a few tracks to help us produce with that. So that was really cool. There were a lot of hands on this project, a lot of different people helping out, so that was really cool. And the mixing and the mastering was really good this time. We had it mixed by a guy named Scott Williamson. He's from Nashville, Tennessee. And so we are very, very happy with the outcome. We gave it our best shot, and we put everything we had into it. So
yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. So you know, we mentioned before we started recording about how 2020 you guys had been nominated for our Breakthrough Artist of the Year. And then we were going to invite you guys to perform at the awards program, and then COVID happened. And so everybody I've been talking to, I like to kind of bring this up because it has completely, you know, reshaped our industry and what we have to do and how we have to go about things. And I want to hear from your perspective. I know you guys were kind of just breaking out onto the scene at that point, but how did COVID affect you? And then now that we're walking out of that season, how has that changed your ministry?
I mean, we had so many things planned. Obviously, we were nominated for Breakthrough Artist, so that was exciting.
And too.
We had a 10-day tour in Canada.
Yeah.
And then we were gonna be at it's this big Canada Red Deer Canada gospel sing thing. We were gonna be at that. We were gonna be all over the place, and most of the dates got, you know, like you said, like completely taken off the scene. And that was kind of depressing at first because we had so many things that we were looking forward to, but then it caused us to kind of, you know, we spent a lot more time at home. We had a lot more fun together. I mean, we love traveling, but it gave us a chance to, you know, spend a lot more time with just our family. But then that also drove us to make a lot more music videos. And during that time, we started working on a lot more videos and doing a lot more things with social media, TikTok, Instagram, all of that those kinds of things. And I think it really helped us to focus on those things. And I think it helped a lot of people in the industry to realize, you know, whenever you're stuck at home, that's all you have to, you know, really reach out to people. And so we focused a lot of time on that, and a lot of time on writing songs, and you know,
for some people, I feel like the pandemic, you know, sometimes for some people, like the pandemic was like the worst thing ever. But also, our dad's a pastor, and so at our church, we were also very involved with our dad's church as well.
Yeah,
and
so he started having like a drive-in service thing. So obviously COVID was very bad for all the people who, you know, lost their lives, and it's a terrible disease, but it kind of helped us to get out of the box in a way and, you know, explore new things. And I feel like God really helped us to get through that time, and we've come out on the other side, and we're very happy to be back traveling though. We love traveling.
For sure.
Well, that's great. So I always like to end my interviews. I've been doing this. I've been interviewing in Southern Gospel and CCM for well over 20 years at this point. And the one question I always end my interviews with is, what is God teaching you lately?
Wow,
That's
awesome.
a really good question. And
That's awesome.
God's been teaching us as far as, with the production of the whole album and working on videos and everything, we're kind of taking a step back and just watching God work. And we're realizing that this is not just about us, and it's not about us the point is not people going somewhere and seeing us on some stage and how cool we are. The point is to point people to Jesus. And
it's because we truly never set out to be a group, and ever since from the very beginning we've always prayed, God, if you don't want us to do this, don't have us do this, but just open the doors you want to open and shut the doors that you want to shut. And it's really amazing to see how many doors the Lord has opened. To sit back, especially with this new album, so many things that the devil has just really been fighting, but then to just sit back and to look at how many things that God says, this is why I did this, this is why I did that. And there's just so many things, like opportunities that we never would have thought, like in our wildest dreams, would happen.
It's very that I think the best way to describe it is God's teaching us just to sit back and let him do his things. Obviously, we're going to do our part, and we're going to work really hard to make really good music and try to write songs that point people to him, but then to watch him open the doors like we could have never dreamed. And we wrote a song on the new album called "It's Not About Us," and truthfully, that is our heartbeat for our ministry. Is we don't do this just so we can, make money and travel around and get famous. And, that's not the point. The point is truly to point people, whether they're young, whether they're old, no matter who they are, to point people to Jesus. And that is the number one reason why we're doing this. And that's what we're going to keep doing. A lot of people ask us, are you going to, switch or change or do anything? And we are just going to stay where we've been all these past few years, and we are going to keep living for Jesus and
doing whatever he wants us to do.
Yes, that's our heartbeat.
That's awesome. All right, guys. So where can they catch you online? Where I'm sure you're everywhere, but let us know.
Yeah.
So we make a lot of music videos. We like to have a lot of fun, and
you can check us out on it's 3heathbrothers.com.
The number 3. Heath, like the candy bar, and Brothers.
Yeah, he's got it right behind.
Oh yeah,
he's got it. So yeah, but you can check us out on our website. You can check us out on YouTube. You can stream all of our music on Spotify, Apple Music, all of the streaming platforms, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all that 3 Heath Brothers. Yeah, we're always doing crazy stuff. We do all kinds of magic videos. We do music videos. We do all kinds of crazy stuff.
But more importantly than all of that, honestly,
we want to point people to Jesus, and you can follow us on. There's a company called Bands in Town that you can follow us on, and it'll give you a notification every time we're coming to a city near you. And we would love to see you guys if you can come out. And we just love being with people, and we love singing. So
that's awesome. And of course, if they go see you in concert, go to your product table, buy the product. I don't care if it's a CD. I don't care if it's a t-shirt, if it's a hat.
And we have these new t-shirts. We have new Into the Deep t-shirts that Clayton actually designed. Well, and and they say 3 Heath Brothers on the back.
Oh yeah, wait. So there's 2. Can you see the sharks?
Yeah. So he designed these sharks because we filmed the Into the Deep music video in the ocean. Yeah, there were all kinds of fish and stuff.
You're more than welcome to. Don't feel obligated, but if you want,
it would mean the world.
It would mean the world. But
yes.
Thank you. He's really good at this.
All right, guys. Well, hey, we are going to leave you at that. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your time, because it sounds like you're having a blast. And we will catch up with you on the road and on the radio and everything else. And in the meantime, 3heathbrothers.com. Go buy their product. Thank you guys so much.
Brother.
Have a great day.
Appreciate it. See you.